Hi, Alessandra. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
Good. So, Alessandra, you work in the Cultural and Ritual Communities office in the diocese. And I invited you today because I know you went to El Salvador in August to meet some bishops. Can you talk to us about that meeting?
Yes, we are invited from the dicastery of the Vatican because after a few years that we are working with, they realized that we are a border diocese. So what is important for us is to realize that what we play is a huge role now, because most of the migrants crossing all the borders in South America, Central America, USA, they see Canada as a dreamer. So they come here, they want to spend their life here. So be in contact with all the bishops and the dioceses on the border in Central America and Caribbean space, for us was really important because we could show and we could present what the diocese on the border in Canada is doing for this migrant. Welcoming them is not enough. Like the Pope Francis say, it's important to protect, to integrate, and to promote. So the diocese in Montreal is several years that start to work on these 4 verbs. And of course that there are some challenges, and every day, because people that arrive here is not like all the others, is unique. So what we can try to do is focus in the humans person that knock in our doors. And being in contact with all these bishops, for us it was really a gift, because finally they realized that it's important to make a contact and to connect one each others, because we work together. Because the same migrant that crossed the border in Guatemala, Honduras, Mexico, USA arrive here. So have the capacity to talk one each other is also help us to help well.
What did you learn new from that meeting that you may change in terms of approach or the way you do things here in Montreal in the diocese?
I think that we realize that we have a great job to do. And it's not easy, because these migrants, when they arrive, they come and they go to find a church, because they know that maybe the church can help them. So capacity the church, people work in the church, voluntary work in the church, to open the door to listening and to give a great answer to their needs. Because sometimes we give an answer, but we don't listen the questions. So have the time and spend the time with them to give to them space. This is important, where they can find really a house in our church. And after, knowledge how to respond, knowledge their needs, knowledge where we can send these people. We don't have several welcoming house at Le Pont. We have only 2. But also the church can be a house for them, a safe place where they can find friends and the family.
Exactly. And that should be our ministry, to help who needs it. So Pope Francis wrote, as usual, every year, a message around the World Day for Migrants and Refugees, 2023. Talk to us about how this message this year talked to you during that meeting throughout the year.
Yes, the message of Pope Francis was took from the bishop in Salvador, and important message, because the Pope help us to think about how a people can be free to live or to stay. And so we realize that also if people would like to stay in their house, in their country, and not to migrate, they are obliged, they are forced for different reasons: poverty, no education, no health, discrimination, war. So these people, when they decide to live, they live also with a sense of when people decide to leave, this is not a free choice, because they are forced, and part of them are still in their country. So their feelings, their values, their way of life, emotions. So when they arrive in our parish, in our country, in our diocese, we have to consider that if they are here, it's because they are forced.
They didn't have that choice.
They have no choice. But we are now their choice. And this is important.
Yes. What is happening in Montreal to highlight this World Day for Migrants and Refugees in September?
Yes, we are going to prepare a mass in the Vietnamese parish, the 24th at 5 o'clock. So we are involved all different communities to animate the mass. So we have 5 different communities that we're going to sing, different prayers in different languages. And the Vietnamese also will invite us after the mass in a small party. So we have a possibility to share, to dialogue, to be in contact with someone that doesn't belong to my culture. So, because I think that the dialogue is the possibility to know the others and to see the other not as a problem, but as a richness, because the other changed my life, but in a good way. So I think that the diocese is in this process starting several years ago. We realized that our diocese is an intercultural diocese, where intercultural means that people meet and change both sides.
Exactly. Well, thank you very much, Alessandra. Congratulations on that wonderful ministry.
Welcome.